Alright, we're back. I'm Strategic Selling, and I'm here to bring you all your tips, your tricks, your strategies you need to dominate and mobile gaming. With that being said, let's get into some Clash Royale today on the main account, Sullivan. We're going to be hopping into a few replays, and then I have an amazing, unreal surprise for you guys at the end of this video, so be sure to stay tuned for that. It is going to get wild. Let's get right into these replays. But before we do that, be sure to hit that subscribe button, show your support to the channel, and let's get right into it. Alright, so let's get all these replays going in 2 times speed, get that fast, furious fun I know you guys do love. This is from a ladder play match, then I do have some replays from some challenges I was in. This deck is a lot of fun. It does entail 4 legendaries, the Miner, the Log, the Electro Wizard, and the Lumberjack. So not everybody can run this deck, but if you do have the cards, it is a lot of fun. I do like using the Lumberjack. You know, he did just get that buff. He's very fast hitting, and he does bring that rage spell. I do like this deck a lot. What have I been seeing a lot lately in matches? Golems, Giants, a lot of beatdown decks, but also a lot of like log bait decks, you know, Goblin Gang, Skeleton Army, Princess, and then the Hog Riders thrown in it too. So you guys got to watch out for beatdown decks, and I would say those kind of decks too. There is one match that I do want to show you guys, and it's probably one of the most annoying decks in my opinion, just because I just really am against the deck, period. Now, Elite Barbs, in my opinion, comment down below how you guys feel. I feel they still didn't, can't even tell they got a nerf. Can you? Because I can't. Me personally, can't tell that they even got a nerf, but that's just me. Maybe you guys are seeing a different side of the Elite Barbs. I feel like I'm always catching their bad side. Let me just give that to you straight. Executioner, Lumberjack, Log, Miner, Musketeer moving in, doing some really good damage. I would say if you guys are going to run this deck, Miner. That Miner is so strong. He is incredibly strong. Does so much damage if you can get him locked on that tower. Especially under Rage, that is where it really comes in clutch. Lumberjack Miner is a wild combination. That's why I love the Furnace right there. Stop that Hog Rider. Miner's back to the tower with the Log to help do some damage. Executioner's distracted by the Valkyrie. He's got another Hog Rider moving in. This is wild. It's coming down to the wire. 12 seconds left, 10 seconds left. We get another Miner to the tower with the Log. We're able to take it down. Let's get into another one. Here is that deck I am not a fan of. We're still in Legendary Arena, but we're in a challenge now. Max the Baller. Well, let me tell you, Max ain't no baller. That's a guaranteed fact about Max. Now, he's got the Ice Spirit Rocket moving in. Definitely dirty. Took out my Musketeer, bringing my tower under 2,000 hit points. Pretty wild. Now, I'm not surprised he had the Rocket and the Mortar. As soon as I see the Mortar, I'm already thinking they got the Rocket. Because, you know, they kind of go together. You do as much damage as you can with the Mortar, then you drop a Rocket a couple times. Next thing you know, you took the tower without even getting a troop to it. That's just probably the main reason why I don't like this deck so much, but it is probably the funnest deck to shut down. Now, let me tell you right now, this deck can get out of hand because it's so cycly. He's got the Ice Spirit, the Skeletons, the Arrows, the Knight. Usually archers are in this deck. He's got the Log. An incredibly cheap deck. So if you guys can't stay on top of his Mortar, it's going to get away from you. That's just a plain fact. You got to make him play defensive mortars. Make sure the mortar is not hitting your tower more than one shot every single time it's placed. And if it's hitting it more than that, you're in some serious trouble. But if you can stop the mortar, you can win the match because it's so much elixir to cycle the Rocket, even when you do have those cheap cards. But this is my favorite deck to shut down. Next would be the Log Bait deck because they like to get cheeky, you know, just spam. But these guys, oh, they got a special spot in my heart for shutting people down. Look at these defensive mortars. Rocket alone to the tower. He's realizing he can't get to the tower. He's going to start having to throw down the Rocket. Now, these decks are even more intense shutting down in ladder play because in challenges, you get an extra 3 minutes of overtime. So, kind of wild in the challenges, they sometimes will be able to get that Rocket to your tower the amount of times it needs. Raged Miner with the Fire Spirits doing an incredible amount of damage, but still can't take it out. He is a Rocket Log, I want to say, away. Regardless, Rocket Log Arrows will definitely take it. He rockets my troops because he is so scared. Able to shut down my Miner again. Well, let me tell you, I am taking down that left tower. It's got 52 hit points left. I do send in that miner, and I send in that log. Absolutely crushed him. Let's get into another one. This next match I did want to show you guys because it's just so wild. It's outrageous. I mean, look at, he's got the Elite Barbs and the Hog Rider. Now, that's not a combination that I would say is uncommon, but I would say it's not the most common Elite Barbs Hog Rider. He's got the Lava Hound too. This deck is heavy. Lava Hound, Minion Horde, Bowler, Wizard, Elite Barbarians. It's wild. Hog Rider. It's a heavy deck, but it's also got a lot of different things that can take your tower out. So he's really trying to catch you off guard with one thing, then send in the other thing, you know. You send in your defense against the Elite Barbs. There goes that Hog Rider. You know what I'm saying? You use the Inferno Tower. Here comes that Lava Hound. So he's really trying to catch you off guard any chance he's got. You use the arrows. There comes the Minion Horde Miner. I mean, this is a wild deck. It's hard to predict due to the fact you have to stay accounted for so many different things that can come at you. So I would say the best approach to a deck like this, feel out all the cards, see what he's rocking. Because you know what? He might swap something for something else. You never know. So a different push could come out of nowhere. But once you feel out the cards that he's got, you got to realize when's your best opportunity to move in. What's going to be able to do the most damage to a tower? Now, I'm doing a decent amount of damage with the miner. I do save the furnace for the Hog Rider every single time. You do not want a freaking Hog Rider at your tower. That can be devastating. And because it's the fastest but easily distracted, but hardest to distract if you don't have the right card, that's why you save the furnace for it. Elite Barbs, I can drop anything that touches the ground will distract the Elite Barbs. That is why I do not play the furnace against the Elite Barbarians. That's why I save it for the Hog Rider. Executioner, Musketeer, doing some good work to that bowler. I got a Lumberjack there for his miner. Another miner to the tower with the log. Able to do an insane amount of damage with the Lumberjack. We were able to take it down. Let's get into another one. We're going to be getting into one more match. Now, this match is a lot of fun due to the fact that it is so much like my deck. Yes, there's some different cards already. You can see he's got the Mini P.E.K.K.A, he's got the Hog Rider, but he's also got the Electro Wizard, the Musketeer, the log. He's got the Zap, got the Ice Golem, but he's got the Lumberjack. Now, the Lumberjack's insane. It's an insane card. I do like bringing the skeletons in this deck, though. It's one elixir. It's able to distract. It can stop a Prince, can stop a Mini P.E.K.K.A, can stop a Lumberjack, can stop a lot of things, can bring something over to the other side of the arena if that's what you need it to do. And it's very cheap. It's the cheapest they get. That's why I like bringing the skeletons. That's why that's one card that I would not bring out. I wish I could fit the Knight in this deck. I'm debating on putting it in somewhere. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of Giants, so possibly a Giant swap. But like I said, I'm having success with it, so I don't want to switch it up right away. I want to really understand the mechanics of this deck inside and out before I try to make any swaps. Now, I'm getting a good grasp on it, but you know, it's some decks kind of, you know, they make you think differently, but that's good. You guys want to try to experience every deck that you can so that you know how your deck does against everything. And so beatdown decks, I would say, are pretty manageable with this, along with Lava Hound decks. This deck is really good against anything, but there's no real tank, so that's why the miner is really good. So the key to this deck, getting that miner to the tower and making sure you got something doing some damage behind that miner. If you can get a Lumberjack miner, absolutely destructive, especially if that Lumberjack just dies and that raised up miner is smacking that tower down. We surely do love it. Executioner, Musketeer, taking out his Musketeer. Ours expires too, unfortunately. He's got his own Musketeer, another miner to the tower. He's got his Mini P.E.K.K.A distract with these skeletons. He's got Lumberjack, Musketeer, Hog Rider moving in. We're going to be able to shut it down. Lumberjack, Electro Wizard moving in now with the miner. He's got an Ice Golem. Unfortunately, our miner was distracted upon the Ice Golem for a little bit too long. Our Executioner's taking out his Electro Wizard. Lumberjack, Executioner, Musketeer, log. It's wild, too much to handle. Another miner to the tower, able to get one shot up. Only one, even under rage. Executioner, Electro Wizard, he's got Hog Rider moving in. We stop it with that furnace. Now we got another Lumberjack moving in. We take out that Mini P.E.K.K.A. I got a miner to the back of the tower because he was not ready for that. We were able to take him down. Now let me show you guys this insane, unreal event that did happen to me in this game. So what did happen to me in this game, it was unreal. I could not believe it. You guys should know by the thumbnail, something crazy came out of a free chest. Not one. There's the Electro Wizard. You're like, Sully, but you said you got two. Where's the two? You got the Electro Wizard from a free chest. Next thing you know, you got the log too. Back-to-back legendaries in a free chest. I was in shock, disbelief. I was so upset I couldn't get it on recording, but I was so glad for the chest summary that I could screenshot it for you guys. 2 free legendaries from back-to-back free chests. It's unreal. How many times has that happened in the game? It's never happened to me before. Comment down below. Have you guys ever got back-to-back free legendaries in a free chest? It is absolutely insane. And especially because it's the log and the Electro Wizard, 2 cards that I am using. Super pumped up about it. They're both halfway to level 3. I want to get them both to level 3. Now, to end this episode, I do want to do something really fun. And that is finally get my Musketeer to level 10 after a long time of, asking for 4 Musketeers at a time every 8 hours, waking up in the middle of the night, sending out a request for so freaking long. We can finally do it. Get the Musketeer to level 10. This is a monumental moment in my game history. Let me tell you, I've been using the Musketeer since the beginning of the game. Finally, level 10. One thing that's really gross to me is the amount of XP I have. Alright, I don't want to go to level 12. Alright, I want to stay at level 11 for a little bit longer. But unfortunately, I'm getting very close, and with the meta constantly changing, you don't always have the cards that are best upgraded. So you always need to be upgrading different cards when they become good. Next thing you know, 3 weeks later, there's a balance change. Now they're not good. Now you got to upgrade something else. I'm telling you, it's wild. We're almost at level 12. It's a little too close for me. I don't want to go there just yet, so I'm going to hold off for as long as possible. But with that being said, all my social media handles are right there. Boom, 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 boom. Links are down in the description. Check them out. And as always, thank you for watching. Subscribe down below, and I'll catch you all in the next episode.